A reminder before we start, just like Monday, this episode contains candid discussions of violence, trauma and abuse, including references to sexual assault and murder. If you find these subjects distressing, please listen with care or skip this episode if needed. Support resources are available in our show notes. Please contact Kellie as well if you need support or advice or anything. She's more than willing to help anyone from around the world. Welcome back to part 2 of our conversation with the amazing Kellie Carter-Bell. In this segment, we dive deeper into the moments that shaped her, her journey through neglect, bullying, and the long road to self-acceptance. Kellie shares how reconnecting with family and embracing healing allowed her to break free from the cycle of abuse. Her message is clear though. It's never too late to reclaim your self-worth and rewrite your own journey. If you're finding strength in Kellie's journey so far this week, subscribe and share this episode. Your support helps amplify voices that need to be heard. Spread this to everyone you can possibly reach because it will help somebody. It will link. I guarantee it. So please share it out. Anyway, here's Kellie and myself for part 2. Before we dive in, I want to give a big massive shout out to our now new proud sponsor, Eshu Skincare, a brand that truly aligns with leading our own way. This Australian-born company is dedicated to keeping skincare simple, effective, and straightforward. They've made waves in the US, even landed in Macy's and over 300 stores, and now they're back with a renewed focus on healthy skin and real results. If you want authentic skincare that fits your lifestyle, check them out in the show notes. Thanks to Eshu Skincare for supporting real stories and mental fitness on leading our own way. And if you're interested in sponsoring like Eshu Skincare, drop us a message. We'd love to connect. I'm just trying to get my head around that part. You know, you're going to school, you're going to a safe place. I hopefully provide a safe place for the children at school. I mean, I know it's primary school. Was yours high school? Or?
Yeah, mine was high school. But yeah, it happened so often, Andy, that I thought I deserved it. You know, I had boys lining up, you know.
Where are the staff at this point? Like, is everybody? I'm getting angry about that.
There's the duty of care.
Yeah, I mean, where are they all? Where is this taking place, though? I mean, I don't need you to go into depth if you don't want. I don't mean, you know what I mean? I don't know how to handle it, if I'm being honest. Like, where are these people who are supposed to be looking after the children? And I know the high school are a little bit more free than they are primary school. I don't necessarily have teachers on duty the same way, but there's still people monitoring areas, surely. What's going on here?
I just think they didn't care, Andy. Like, for instance, in my history and geography class, I was allowed to go to sleep on the desk because they knew them classes weren't going to get me anywhere, were they?
Yeah.
You know,
or maybe they knew you didn't get sleep at night and they were trying to look out for you. That's the angle I'm hoping, you know?
Yeah, maybe. But, you know, I thought North was down for a long time.
Yeah.
In, and where the school was in North Carlton, that Carlton football ground was across the road. Huge parklands, an old train track, and that's where we'd go.
During the school hours?
Yes.
And you go back to school like nothing had happened?
Yes. But then when I had my first partner, I'd go to school with black eyes. Still nothing was done.
And where's your mum in all of this?
She was working, and that, you know, there'd be some days we'd come home and the telly would be gone and the video recorder would be gone, and my sisters had stole them to sell them for drugs. So Mum was doing the best she knew how, the best she could, and she did a bloody good job. You know, I will never blame her for my life. No. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, there was one night when in the middle of the night, that first partner, he was 17 when we first got together. I was 13. And he come to my house in the middle of the night. It would have been 18 by then. And I went downstairs to see him, and I come back up with a black eye. So I woke up with a black eye.
Yeah.
But there was no questions asked.
Well,
And
that's probably where my angle was. Why were questions not asked by anybody?
yeah, Mum was sort of busy dealing with life,
Yeah, her
and
own
then
stuff.
yeah, drinking on the weekends to numb it. Um, yeah, it it makes me bloody angry now about the school, because where was the duty of care? Like, I really hope that I can get a claim out of this. I really do, because, like I said, I was pregnant twice. They called me in the office. They knew about it, but they just let me go, to fend for myself again.
And you mentioned you were bullied in for quite a number of years at
Yeah.
school, and
Yes.
yeah, I remember. Tell us a little bit about that. And you also shared. I remember you sharing about a dream that you had, which is,
Yes.
I think that's fascinating. I think that needs to be shared too. That's incredible
Thanks.
when you shared
Bloody
it.
yes.
You're all right.
So I had some friends. I think they were before that. And I had a dream that there was three sisters that their father died. I didn't know how he died in the dream, and silly me went to school. Not I didn't know any better. Went to school and told them. And the
Children do that.
next, yeah, yeah, my mum did it as well to a neighbour when her uncle died.
Oh wow.
They sound like bloody gunshots.
What do?
Hopefully,
Oh,
it's just firecrackers.
oh, I can hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, we might have a live shooting on the air. Oh my Lord.
Oh goodness. Um, So I told them, and the next night, their dad was a truck driver, and he fell asleep at the wheel of his truck and died.
Fucking hell.
Yes. So for 3 years, I was with my first partner as well, the Black Eyes. I was bullied because it was my fault that the dad died.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
insane. So you,
yeah,
oh my Lord. I
yeah,
mean, how stupid of them to think that you got anything to do with the bloody wheel.
yeah. But they were
You know,
only kids as well,
of course, I know.
And with that partner, when he had a job, and of a lunchtime, because I spent 3 years like this, if I looked up, it was boom, you're looking at another boy. I used to have to ride my bike from Princess Hill High School to the Melbourne University where Mum worked, and sit there for 45 minutes and then ride back, because I wasn't allowed to be with anybody else. No friends, no nothing by that stage, and no one cared about me. I was just the local thing, you know. And if I wasn't at the university, I'd have to go and sit in the library. Um, yeah, unfortunately,
The library would have given you some peace, I'm sure.
it
Oh
would
my
have.
Lord. Yeah.
It would have.
Where's your mental health at this point? If I'm a fly on the wall, like what's the Kellie that I'm looking at and seeing,
Um,
or even a friend at that point?
yeah. I don't know, because I don't know. I went and stayed at my auntie's once with two black eyes, but that night I was on the phone to him, and the day later I went home. I just thought I this was life. This is what life was like. Um, or it was my fault.
Yeah.
I deserved them black eyes. I deserved the gang rapes. I deserved being sexually assaulted at that age. Yeah, I didn't have no self-worth.
You fell pregnant quite young,
Yep.
and life got worse.
Yes.
I hate to say.
Yeah, it did.
Where did your
Yeah.
next chapter of your life take you then?
Okay, so I was in that first relationship for 3 years, and when I got out of that, there was a glimmer of hope there. There was a gangland war here, late 90s, early 2000s, but Mark Moran was one of the players in that who unfortunately was murdered. Um, he got me away from that last relationship, and sort of tried to show me what life was about. Now, Mark ended up a big drug dealer and being murdered and stuff like that. I'm not talking about them times. I'm talking about prior to that, night clubbing days. And I think I was 15, 16. And I remember one day I stayed with him for the night, and he was driving me home the next day, and we stopped at a milk bar to get a drink. And I said, it was quite early in the morning, and I said, I'll have a drink of Coke. And he said, you don't drink Coke this early in the morning. Wouldn't you rather have a juice? You know, it was things like that with a little glimmer of hope. And he had a beautiful house, and they owned their house. And I didn't even understand that you could own a house. I thought you just lived in commission.
Yeah.
That was nice, a nice time for about 3 or 4 years. And he did teach me quite a bit, but still no self-worth there. So by the age of 19, I'd married John, who was my ex-husband. I was marrying him in Pentridge.
And that is, for that people don't know what that is.
Pentridge Prison, Her Majesty's Prison, Melbourne, which was our main jail in Coburg, Victoria. He was in prison. I wasn't in prison ever.
So there was 2 weddings in your family at Pentridge?
Yes. And my poor sister hung herself there as well.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay. It's fucking sad, isn't it?
And that place, man, it's just got something.
Yeah. I was done up to the nines, man. You should have seen me. I had to buy all the diamond ring, and I put the diamond from my engagement ring in my tooth because I love smiling. And with this, what he was trying to ruin my smile. There's no way in the world anyone's going to do that.
No.
So, yeah, I did the dress and everything like that, everything for him. I had to pay for it all. I think I was working 3 jobs at 19. And little old Kellie, went to Pentridge to get married.
What year was that?
That was 86. So I was 19, I was born in 68. 80, no, so it would have been 89.
89.
No, 87. Sorry.
87.
Yeah.
And then you had your first child,
yes, I did.
Things went again even worse,
Yeah.
and people can't probably imagine it can get even worse, right?
Yeah. So here's another example. They tell me my daughter's not going to live. What do I think? No one can bloody love me. Even she doesn't want to stay with me. You know, there was so many moments that seemed like there was proof there that I was just a worthless piece of shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But Heather Eve, her name was going to be Heaven. I love unusual names.
Mm-hmm.
We named her Heather. Well, I named her Heather Eve in the end. He'd been... John had a shootout with police. So I was back in Pentridge by the time she was born. 17 hours of labour. Yeah. And that was hard. That was hard. I was 19. She was 21 weeks. But what was there was something beautiful that happened there. They found out at 18 weeks, they thought she had spina bifida. And then they worked out it was hydrocephalus, but I got really unwell with a flu. So I was in bed for like 2 weeks, and there was lots of movement there. But the 3 weeks different meant that I could have my baby. She wasn't just going to be terminated. So I was in labour for 17 hours, and she was born unalive. But it was such a special moment. It was hard, but it was beautiful. She's our guardian angel, and she always has been. Like I said, I never wanted my children to go to prison to visit their father. You know, you weren't allowed to take bottles in, you weren't allowed to take fresh nappies in. He was in B Annex, which was probably one of the hardest yards in Pentridge. Oh, by the way, when I was about 9, Mum and I smuggled a gun in to Pentridge as well.
Oh my God. Who
When
for?
I some big heavy gangsters.
Why did your mum do that though?
That's what she knew. When I
So
was
she's dating one of them?
yeah, she would have been, no doubt.
Oh my
When I was
God.
13, my sister that married the big criminal said to me, his brother is going to give you, can you go and see Peter? He's going to give you a letter to bring to me so I know what to say into court. I got to Peter's house and he said, do you know what you're doing? And I said, yeah. And he gave me this bag of orange powder. Highest grade heroin that's ever been in Australia. And I
Jesus.
smuggled that into the women's prison.
Did the person ever get, just going back to the
No.
gun, did the
Yeah.
gun ever go into prison though?
Yeah, we put it on top of a locker.
And did anyone get it and use it or what?
I think it might have been used for a bank robbery when they come out.
So it stayed on top of the locker for
No, they
ages.
would have. There was probably a officer or a screw that was crooked and give that to them, I'd say.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, this was Jika H Division. This was the big time, that yard.
God.
Yes.
It just seems too much effort, to be honest. Like, who wants to put yourself through that much stress?
And then you look at this person and you can't put you can't judge a book by its cover, can you?
No.
I'd love to name my book that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's going to be called Slicing Tomatoes with Blunt Knives, though.
And when will that be done by?
Oh, hopefully another year or two. I've been writing for a long time.
Why that title?
Because when John tried to take my life, I have scars from head to toe. I have scars all over me.
Still now, to this day?
Yeah. This was 4 cuts. It was a filleting knife. And I could not have a sharp knife in the house, as you can imagine, for years afterwards. And trying to bloody slice a tomato with a blunt knife's frustrating. So I thought, what a great title. What a great title.
Tell us about that night. What happened there?
I worked for a company called Fletcher Jones, an Australian company that was a very conservative kind of place. John told me what he'd do, what he'd wear, how he'd do it, where he'd do it, and when he'd do it for 6 weeks. The week prior, he went to my house, cut up all my clothes, cut up my car tyres. I finally went and got an intervention order. Well, you know what they do, don't you? That's when I went to a refuge. He had my 2 older children for 3 weeks, wouldn't give them back. We were in witness protection. He ended up telling on someone that he murdered someone with. We were moved to Brisbane. The next Saturday at my work, he come wearing what he told me he'd be wearing.
In Brisbane?
Yes, in my workplace at in Westfield, Indooroopilly shopping town.
So he found you up there?
He knew where I worked, yeah.
And where was he? Where have you been moved from? Here?
No, so I was just in a refuge and he was, so I went to the refuge, but Little Miss Independence still wanted to go to work.
Yeah.
So,
I don't blame you, though. You just want some normality, don't you?
Yes, exactly. He was wearing what he said he'd be wearing. I seen him coming towards me and I could see that his shirt was untucked at the front and he had something spilt down the front. He said to me, you have to drop these charges, meaning the intervention order. And at the same time, he was walking me to a corner of the store. I didn't want confrontation. You know, this was a conservative store.
Yeah.
I could smell alcohol on him. And he got me to the corner. I was standing here. He was standing here. He was saying to me, I've got to drop these charges. I said, they're not charges. It's just to show you that you can't do what you want. And yeah, he pulled the knife out and grabbed me by the hair and started slicing at my
In the
face.
store, and
Yes,
people could
yes,
see it.
yes,
And did
yes.
anybody do anything about it?
Not until he was finished. I had the floor was like that grass matting, so I didn't want this face smile ruined. So as I fell to the floor, I grabbed the matting with my teeth. So I was biting the carpet almost. And because he couldn't get me up, that's what I mean. The rest of the scars are right down my back, huge one on my bum, a few stab marks here. I think the last one's on the lower leg. And then he turned the knife on himself. And I went to run and help him.
Oh my God.
That's
Kellie.
just me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I could hear my boss screaming, Kellie, Kellie. And that caught my attention. So they took me next door. I had a white dress on that was red. The only thing that could help me was a cleaner with a disposable nappy to hold on my face. The copper that had taken the intervention order out a week before come to the scene. The police station was about 4 minutes away, went into him and said, he's going to die. His eyes are rolling back.
So he stabbed himself fully?
Yep.
Where?
3 times. In the heart. The third one hit the sternum and saved his life. The next weekend, in the Courier Mail, their local paper, there was a double-page spread about how the doctors saved this man's life. Not what he'd done, not anything like that, just an amazing job they'd done, never done it before, only in a dummy situation, and they saved this man's life.
Jesus
There's another
Christ.
example to me. You're a worthless piece of shit. What happens to you doesn't matter.
I can see, I'm sure we can all see, listen to this tonight, like we can all see how you would think that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you've been brainwashed to think.
Definitely.
Trained to think that, right?
Groomed, trained, brainwashed, all of them. Yeah.
Did through that process then, even like your colleagues, your boss, were they at least there for you?
Fletcher Jones was amazing. It made Australian news. It would have been very, very unusual back then. But I have a funny, warped sense of humour. When Fletcher Jones, when I spoke to them, I said, "Oh, there's nothing like free advertisement, is there? We made Australian news."
Oh yeah.
And the doctor that sewed me up had just done a year in plastic surgery, so it looked like I was sewn up by a sewing machine. I said to them, there's blood, as you can imagine, everywhere. Can you please buy some rugs and put over the blood because I want to come back to work?
And did you go back to work and you were able to go back? Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, well,
About
there's
4
something.
or 5 days later. Yeah. So I call it dysfunctionally independent. When you've come from where, I've been, you do everything yourself.
Well, that hopefully gave you some worth, right? Because they didn't shut you off.
Yes, definitely.
They didn't close the door to you, considering what happened. Not that they should do. I'm just saying, like, you can.
The boss turned out a bit of an asshole because he fired me over the phone about 4 weeks later.
Why?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Don't know.
Oh, good.
But I ended up, while I was working there, the judge who did the case, I was making, like you make to measure clothes, they make clothes for you. That I was doing that for the judge. That I was the person that used to serve him, that did the trial for John.
Yeah.
He didn't get charged with attempted murder, Andy. He got charged with attempt to harm, going quick to harm.
Well, I mean, the fact that he turned it on himself and tried to kill himself.
Yeah, he couldn't even do that right.
Well, you said that, not me. See, folks, it's a good story.
I told you, it's a very happy story. Like I like to say to a lot of people, a lot of people might go away thinking, oh my goodness, this poor woman.
Yeah.
But I am the chosen one.
Yeah,
This
mate,
is not a
it's,
sad story. This is a happy story. I was meant to go through this so that I can save lives.
it's the only way to look at it, isn't it? You've got
It
to.
is.
Yeah, I
You've
mean,
got to
if you
turn it in.
don't,
I can turn anything into a positive, yeah.
oh,
And that
mate,
was,
absolutely.
yeah,
So, just quickly on him then.
yep.
After all of that, surely you don't see him again.
No, I don't see him again, but he couldn't see his children. I'll just quickly tell you this because it's quite important. I had to go for custody of my children.
Oh God, that's insane.
Okay. And I said to all the specialists, of course, I'm going to say I don't want them to see their father. But
Tried to kill me
is,
and himself.
yes, it is not up to me. It's up to you guys. So when I went to court, Your Honour had heard that. And he said to me, can I ask how old you are, ma'am? And I said, I'm 26, Your Honour. And he said, I have been sitting on this bar for 20 years and I have never come across a parent that doesn't want to play tug-of-war with their kids. You are an inspiration and I wish a lot more parents could learn that. So, that was a light bulb moment. That's stuck with me forever. Yeah.
Let's tie a knot on him then.
Yeah.
Let's just tell us then what happened to him in the end.
Okay, so he died of karma and cancer. But he was really crazy. This man couldn't see his kids, so he sliced his ears off and flushed them down the toilet. I can pick them, mate, can't I?
You bloody can.
Yeah.
How long after that event was his death then?
I think it was about 2000 and maybe 15, something like that.
And when was the event?
1996.
Oh, right. So it's 20 years, 19 years or so. And you'd not seen him for that 19 years.
No way.
Did he ever try to get in contact with you?
Yeah.
But
someone married. He remarried too.
Oh. Well, that's probably another podcast in itself, that one, Kel.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going off the timeline, and that's okay, but I feel like I need to do this in sections before we come back to how, the beautiful ending, not ending, but where we're currently at, the beautiful present moment that you're sitting in.
Yeah.
Your sisters. Talk to us about your sisters, because you've mentioned you've lost 3 of them, but it's horrific as well within itself.
Yeah.
If you're okay and feel safe to do so.
Definitely. My sisters were dead by the ages of 28, and 32. And if I felt so worthless and useless, I can only imagine how they felt. Sissy marrying Dennis, for one.
The criminal.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Like I said, he murdered 13 people.
Did he kill himself in the jail?
No, he died, we say, of a broken heart, because he died 13 months after Sissy, but he had the tourniquet around his arm for 2 weeks and was hitting up speed at the time. Ended up in hospital and dying.
He loved her, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good there, I guess.
Yeah, there is. I've got how many? They had 2 children, and that ripple effects carried on, unfortunately.
How did she die then?
She hung herself in Pentridge.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. And 4 years later, my beautiful sister Tammy, she was a tortured soul as well. She tried to drown me once.
Just taking a very quick break to thank our sponsor, Eshu Skincare. If you haven't heard of them, Eshu Skincare started right here in Australia, using Australian ingredients to make skincare straightforward, and accessible, especially for men who want results without the fuss. Their journey took them all the way to the US, where they were featured in Macy's and over 300 stores. Now they're back with a fresh approach, focusing on healthy skin and authenticity for everyone. I'm proud to have SU Skincare as a sponsor on Leading Our Own Way. See the show notes for their website and to see how you can keep your skin healthy and confident. And if you're interested in sponsoring like SU Skincare, drop us a message. We'd love to hear from you. Now, right back to the episode. Did she?
Yeah. And she also put me in a dryer and turned it on, but it was about 8 years later, so she definitely wasn't trying to dry me out.
How? Oh, I mean, oh God, you put a joke in there. I just got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to be sensitive at the same time here, Kel, but you're the one cracking the jokes.
Sorry, I know. Yeah.
No, you do it. I like it if you want to do it. But so she tried to drown you. How old were you when she? It was not being a sister, just two kids messing about.
No. I think because I was the baby, and the apple of my mum's eye, because my mother idolized my father until the last breath she took. She loved that man so much, and we didn't see him. I didn't hear from him for 40 years. So we lived in Albany in WA, and thank goodness the house was just across the road, so people, my mum and my auntie heard me screaming. I would have been about 9, I suppose.
And she was?
15.
And she's trying to kill her 9-year-old sister?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. How long were you under for?
It was up and down, and then I'm pretty sure someone run over, and because they could hear me, I've heard a lot of stories, and I didn't know what happened to poor Tammy, and a lot of things happened to Tammy, so that's all I can put it down to. She was very cruel to me, very cruel.
So you guys weren't close in the end at all?
No, but she did come to me after she passed and said sorry. And
did she?
Yeah, it was.
Because you have these senses, even like that dream.
Yeah.
I think it runs in the family because your mum had one too, didn't she?
Yeah. That was with Sissy. Yeah.
And she said sorry.
Yes.
And you forgive her?
Yeah, I did. It was a beautiful moment. Yeah.
Did she tell you how she died?
That was an overdose, and she had 2 children in 13 months. So they lost their mum at 2 and 1. Yeah, they're beautiful girls that didn't go down that path, thank goodness.
Good.
And so that was 4 years apart, and the next 4 years.
And Kerry?
Kerry. She was out of jail for 11 hours and found dead at the Footscray train station car park. Kerry did rob the triads, though, so we're not sure whether she just used too much or she had a hot shot.
Meaning she was killed by them?
Yeah.
Hot shot as in shot?
A hot shot as in a hit of heroin that you're not going to be able to cope with and you're going to die.
And so you think they might have given that to her, you mean?
We've heard stories, yeah. But, stories of, some people like to rah-rah, as I call it.
Yeah. And have you ever tried to pursue any, research into that or not?
No, not really. Not really.
Probably, I don't even know I wouldn't even know what to do in that scenario. I can't even imagine it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's insane. It just, again, all this is painting a picture of you're not loved by people that you're looking for love in all directions, both sisters, family.
Yeah.
The one person who really loves you has left to protect you, but in all honesty, I don't feel like this has protected you, has it?
No way, because I believed I was unlovable. Yeah. My dad left because he didn't love me, and if Dad couldn't love me, no one can love me. Yeah.
And you had 2 sisters remaining, if I'm correct?
Yes.
How are they through all of this?
They've sort of distanced themselves and not really been part of it, if that's they've lived differently. They haven't let that affect them. Doesn't mean they don't carry the, the demons of trying to put that aside. But yeah, they are good. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Let's talk about your son.
Yep.
Your son has played a bit of a role in this and in your life, hasn't he? And how was your relationship like with your son? Because, again, generational trauma. He obviously knows, I'm sure he knows your journey. What's the impacts on him as well?
I'll say, Andy, that his horrible father made him choose that knife when he was 4 years old. And he didn't tell me till he was 16.
He remembered and held on to that the whole time.
Well, I went into my next relationship and kicked him out of the house for this man at 13.
So you kicked your son out at 13 for the new partner you had because he didn't want your son in his life?
No, because James, he could protect me. Yeah, he was old enough to protect me.
Oh, and your new partner wanted to hurt you?
Yes. Yeah.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Yeah. But we have a beautiful relationship today. The alcohol didn't let any of them relationships with my grandchildren or my children happen. It was still hard for me to let love in, but I'm working with Wade Hobber, and I remember telling him, all I want is to be loved, all I want is a partner to love me. And then I thought, what a fucking hypocrite. You have got 5 children that are dying to love you.
Yeah.
I couldn't have a cuddle. The Great Wall of Kellie was there.
Even from your children?
Yeah, no, I'd just freeze. I'd let them cuddle me, but I'd freeze. And Wade said to me, just go down and ask for a hug. Like, I tried it with the grandchildren for a while. James has his girls every day after school. I couldn't do it. And then that light bulb moment, what a hypocrite. I don't need a partner to love me. No. And I said to my daughter Paris a few months prior, gee, I wish I could let you love me. Let you hug me the way you want to. And she said, do you know how much that hurts, Mum? We love you so much. And I went and asked James for a hug. And there was no why. There was no, what do you mean? And it was just like the Great Wall of Kellie's slowly being chipped away. And yeah, we hug now, and I hug back, and I accept love. And that's been a life changer, an absolute life changer. Every day the grandies come home from school, I'm down there playing with them, kissing them all over, making them want to wipe the kisses off because I slobber all over them.
And making it for lost time.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, good point. Yeah, and I love it. It's just beautiful. It's just, I'm a different person,
I can see that.
Yeah, minus the alcohol and letting the love in. It's just taken me to that next level, I said to Wade not long ago, there's this new, what's the word? What presence. I feel this presence around me, and it's beautiful. I'm radiating. I feel radiance around me. And it was a couple of nights after that, I went to a red carpet event, and this woman come up to me, don't know, from Borough Soap, and said, can I tell you something? I said, yes, please do. And she said, you have this aura around you and you just look absolutely amazing. I don't know what it is about you, but you're special. And I'm thinking, wow, see what happens when you let love in? And it's just taken me to a new dimension. And, I have something that I am going to give, not I want to give. I am going to make a difference in this life. My mummy passed at 9:38 in the morning, and my alarm still goes off 7 years later at 9:38 every morning. I say, I love you, Mum. I miss you, Mum. And I will open a sanctuary called Sanctuary 938, where Phoenix rise, and I will bring women and children, and we will rebuild their lives. Because some children don't know what it's like, mine included, to pick a flower. Now they know that we're out of that. They don't know what it's like to have sand through their toes. They don't know what a swimming pool looks like. You know, I used to dance around eggshells and I wasn't allowed to break any. Can you imagine what that feels like? And there are millions of women still doing that. And they will come and we will rebuild their lives, and they will leave that place different families with no fear.
Love that idea.
Yeah.
When do we hope to have Sanctuary open then? 9:36, right?
9:38.
9:38, sorry.
Yeah,
Sanctuary,
that's
9:38.
okay. I'll forgive you this time.
I'll put it in the show notes, don't worry.
I need the right person to hear my story. Someone who's got some land and, I'll put myself into it wholeheartedly. I will do anything. I'll bloody, to build the fences, make the veggie gardens, build the house if I have to, put roof tiles on, whatever it is.
Let's try and make it happen. Let's get it out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Good.
So that's where I'm going with my life.
Beautiful vision. Beautiful vision.
It is.
You've mentioned Wade. We should clarify who Wade is. Wade Hobber is that's actually how we met.
Yes.
Wade actually came to see me do one of my first public speaking events for actually a person who is an advocate for domestic violence, is in the space of trying to help women.
Yep.
A former guest of mine, Tessa Jetson.
I went to school with Tessa.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I did not know that. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, well, primary school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a small bloody world. Seriously, people.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, she was a guest of mine. I met her at a LinkedIn event in Melbourne about a year ago, and she came on the podcast, and I shared my journey with her off air, and she said, Andy, I want you to come and speak at my event. So I did, and that's where I met Wade at that event, and we've stayed in touch since with some of the people that we're...
Stephen Baker,
Stephen's
friend of Mr. Warnes.
Very, very good friend. I know he speaks to his son quite a lot now, and Stephen's actually supposed to be a guest at some point, but he's just such a busy man, can't get hold. We speak, but you just can't get him on. He's doing all these travel businesses and other ventures that he's involved with, so it's really hard to get Stephen on, but I'd love to share his journey as well.
Yes.
And I know Shane would come into that part of his journey too, because he part of his depression, part of his journey as well, the depression. Wade and I connected through other guests as well. Troy Conscious, who was on a bikie, Dennis Cap Carter. I've just filmed with Cap Carter, and we've all been to the concerts together, me and Wade.
Yes.
Yeah, so Wade and I are speaking on the December 21st. That would have already happened by the time this goes out, but so Wade will be coming on the podcast to share his journey as well, because that's an incredible journey.
Yeah, Not Today, Derek.
Not Today, Derek podcast, the Not Today, Derek program, and he's also got the podcast Not Today, Derek podcast, and I share some of his stuff with it amongst schools because I think it can help children as well.
Yes, and I've done a podcast with Wade.
Yes, well, that's where I saw you first initially.
Oh, okay,
I saw it there first, and I asked Wade if it was okay to speak to you, and of course he said yes, absolutely.
Meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's a great guy, and I'd love to share his journey too. And I look forward to. I think we're speaking at the same event on the 21st. I'm sure we are, but
I think you are.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yes.
So here in Geelong, in Australia.
That's right.
So yeah. Well, so really, then after that, because you really just quickly to tie that relationship that. I know you mentioned in the pre-chat that new relationship where you, unfortunately made the decision to part with your son at that time. And that relationship happened in 2006, didn't it? And that was kind of the crossover where you did meet Shane, and then things started to change, right, for you in that. Is that crossover right? Am I getting that right?
Yes, that's right.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And just on your son, I have to ask. I know you said it's a beautiful relationship, but does he understand why, what happened?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, no,
Yeah, it's quite hard,
unfortunately.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Has he moved on from that, though? I hope he's got some closure from that.
yeah. He lives with me now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think now that I do the podcasts and I share my story, um, there's a little bit more understanding of the way my mum was raised and my
Yeah.
sisters, and why I chose that path, or why I put up with what I put up with, because they've been to hell and back. Like James's story makes mine sound mild, you know. He's had a tough bloody life, and the guilt of that parenting is, it's not good. It's not good. It keeps you in a deep, dark place. And I actually forgive John for trying to kill me. I did a forum and I stood up on a stage in front of 204 people and forgive him for trying to kill me. Now, he knew nothing about it, but it did so much for me.
Absolutely.
And it forgive me for my shitty parenting. So, yeah, I parented from guilt for about 15 years, and it's not fun. It's not nice. So
At the same time, though, Kel, you did what you thought was right,
I did, and I did the best
and that's what
I
matters.
knew how. Yeah.
Kelly, if there's anything that you feel we've missed that needs to be shared, is there?
I think we've said this is a happy story and not a sad story, and we will both be saving lives while we're sleeping. And yeah, if there's anyone who would like to reach out and have a chat, I always say that when I carry that sign with me, I put my name there for people to reach out to me.
Yeah.
I've been helping a girl in the last couple of weeks who's just got away from a bikie, and you know, I had the pleasure of sending her a bag of food because she had no food. And it felt beautiful. You know, if someone had done that for me one day and thought I was that important, that would have been lovely. But I have a lifetime to give forward, and that's what I will do. If anyone needs a chat, please reach out on my socials. And yeah, I love me and I love my life, and it's been a difficult, hard road, but if you're been where I've been, or you're stuck, you can love you and love your life too. And if you have children and you've been told to stay for the children, you don't stay for the children, you get out for the children.
Yeah. Great advice. Great advice. I mean, that was one of my final questions. What piece of advice can you give? So you've done that.
Yeah.
Love it. And future plans, we already know with the sanctuary. I think that's going to be absolutely incredible. 9:38. I got it right.
Yeah,
Sanctuary 9:38.
Hopefully a book and a documentary one day. I'm sure there's a documentary there.
Oh, a movie, mate. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I think a movie as well. My brother-in-law, you know Animal Kingdom?
Oh, yeah, I do.
That's about my brother-in-law and his family.
Yes, of course, because I knew it was based in family in Melbourne. I knew that.
Yeah.
So that's the brother-in-law, the one who died in the
main character is Dennis Allen, but they don't correlate so that the family can't make money.
Yeah, I knew that.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to put that in the title, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I'm joking, I won't do that.
So if they can make that out, you know, from that story, surely they can make something from mine.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a great show, Animal Kingdom, to be fair.
I can't watch it.
No, I mean, I can't now. I know you, but at the time I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
No, oh my God. Well, your purpose, Kel. I think we said it at the beginning, but if you could put your purpose into one line, what would it be? Saving lives while I'm sleeping. I join you on that. Because that's usually my final question, and one's just come to my head. Because of what you've been through, what I tend to talk about quite a lot is when we've been through something as dreadful as all of our journeys, it's all relative, isn't it? Everyone has a journey, and I think every journey is worth sharing. There must be something you do to set yourself up to be positive all day. Do you have any tips to give people that you do to set yourself up? I know you do the alarms, and that's part of your process, and I love it, and it's beautiful. But is there anything else that you do to set yourself up for the day, whether it's a smile in the morning or gratitude journals? What would it be?
I do before I touch my phone, 5 gratitudes, 5 intentions.
Oh, nice.
But a really, really something that I love is I give myself a high five in the mirror. You have to touch the mirror. Okay. And I tell myself, we've got today. Today's going to be great. And I love you, lady.
Love it. I think that's powerful, and a lot of people can take that. And it's not silly, is it, doing that type of thing? You'll train your brain to get comfortable with it. A guest said to me, before you consciously wake up, try and smile before you're fully awake. The brain doesn't know. Yeah, I think it's great, and I love sharing this. And he said, look, I know it feels silly, and if somebody was watching, they'd probably think you're crazy doing it, but the brain doesn't know what you're smiling at, but it knows you're smiling, so it changes the trajectory of your day. I'm like, oh my God.
And your hearing can't turn off, so a lot of the time during the night I'll have a positive podcast playing. Yeah, your hearing doesn't switch off.
I'd love to say put leading our own way on there, but I'd like to think it's positive.
I think I'll have to.
No, because it might train your brain
I'm having a snooze.
Anyway, Kellie, it's just been an absolute pleasure and honour to be part of your journey, sharing it out there to the world. Thank you so much for joining me on Leading Our Own Way.
You're very welcome.
Oh, love it. And I can't wait. We'll have to meet in person. In person.
On the 21st.
Are you coming down?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, I want the biggest hug ever.
Yes, for sure.
Nice.
I love hugs now.
Me too. Oh, you will. I forgot about that. Well, absolutely. I want a hug. Yeah. I'm bringing my family as well. So.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Nice. Well, we'll see you. Well, I've already seen, by this point, I've already seen you and met you.
Yes. Very true. Very true.
Kellie, thank you for joining me on Leading Our Own Way. To everybody else that's been here today, wherever you listen in the world, we might be asleep and still helping you. So thanks for joining us on this journey. And everyone, if you want to get in contact with Kellie, you know somebody that has been through something like this. I know it's there, it's everywhere. My mum went through something like this, guys. So I walked in as a 4-year-old, saw my mum being plummeted on the head while they sat over her neck. So, I've seen it. I've not shared that many times, that with many people, to be honest, but I remember him throwing me up the stairs before he did that to my mum too, and I walked in on her doing that. So, and I remember us walking the streets to get a taxi to go home. So there's been certain flares up for me, and hearing your journey, I mean, again, it's nothing like yours, oh my God, but it comes to you, doesn't it? It makes you sweat a little bit.
Sticks with you, yes.
Yeah, mine certainly didn't last for as long as yours did, but my mum put up with that type of shit too.
Don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's more for my mum. I was fine, but I remember it, my mum and the face, and that brings back visions and stuff. So my point of sharing that is that it is around people, and somebody who's listening here
doesn't discriminate.
Absolutely. If it's not you who's listening, guys, it's somebody in your life around who could be happening too. So share this episode, share Kellie's journey, get in contact with Kel. It's there to get some support and get some help. So, but until next week, guys. From Kel and I, have a great week, have a great weekend, keep smiling, keep doing your morning routines, high five yourself in the morning, but more importantly, keep leading your own way. Until next week, we'll see you then. Bye from me and Kel.
Bye.
Wow. Well, there we go. We've approached the end of the week this week with Kellie. Her journey, man, it's a testament to the fact that even the deepest wounds can become the sources of strength. Her vision to create a sanctuary for others is a powerful reminder that healing is possible. Oh, it's more than possible. And that sharing your truth can light the way for someone else. No matter where you are on your journey, remember this. You have the power to choose hope, to seek connection, and to lead your own way. Reach out, join our community, and let's walk this path together. Leading our own way means embracing your story, finding your voice and using it to inspire change in yourself and in others. Start today. Keep leading your own way. We'll see you Monday for next week. Another amazing guest. Until then, have a great weekend. Yeah. keep leading your own way, guys. We'll see you then. Bye for now. Thanks for listening and watching Leading Our Own Way. So we can stay together forever and share more incredible journeys, please subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss next week's episode and what that amazing guest has to offer to the world. Please support Leading Our Own Way, and we'll get you on next week's episode.